Set myself free. Now on we go, and everything bites.
Hey, what is up, guys? This is DJ Clan Smasher, and I'm bringing you here an episode where we are fighting against Clash Raiders. We just finished the war, and I just wanted to show you how crazy this war got. It was so crazy that I couldn't even go to sleep that same night. So anyways, I just wanted to start off with this attack by Soul Survivor. This is one of, I believe, Lone Wolf's many accounts. He actually joined. I met him in one of the streams. He's real awesome. He's got a lot of accounts. He knows what he's doing, and he's got some solid attacks. So I just wanted to show you one of his attacks. Right here, he's using the HGHB. That's right, guys. That attack is very powerful, and it's still going strong here in 2017. So he starts off over there in the corner. He puts those healers as soon as possible with the Giants. The Giants help by breaking in. He sends in the heroes. And then right after he does that, he sends in the Hog Riders on the opposite side just to get everything going. And then pretty much all you're doing is just following your hogs and healing them whenever you need them to be healed. You don't really have to worry about the right side just because the healers are going strong. They're healing the giant portion, and the heroes are backing up the Giants. So pretty much the Giants are going strong. Nothing is hitting them too much, and they're just breaking through walls like nothing because they have some pretty good DPS. And the Hog Riders, I mean, they only have to worry about one specific section while the Giants are tanking the other. So it's a pretty very powerful attack that is definitely worth trying if you've never tried it before. So those Hog Riders pretty much tanked through everything, and all of them went to the middle to take down that last Expo. And then after that, it was just cleanup time. He still has both of his hero powers. That's how strong this attack is, guys. And look at that. He doesn't even have max heroes. He's got some pretty small heroes with this account, 10 and 12. They're not super powerful, but yet you can still 3-star some of these Town Hall 9s, guys. So it was a very impressive hit by Soul Survivor. And now we're going to move on to the next attack. And this next attack, let's see. So this next attack that I'm going to go ahead and show you, it's going to be against their number 6 with Chicano Build. Chicano Build has this very interesting attack, and it's so crazy, guys. So the first time that I ever met Chicano Build and I saw him attacking, he always used dragons. So I was just like, well, I wasn't against dragons, but it was when the buff wasn't even there yet. And he would use dragons for every single base. It didn't matter what kind. So one day he was going to hit a base and it had single Infernos. And I was like, I don't know if you should be hitting that base because, you know, dragons don't do so well against single Infernos. And he's like, oh, come on, just let me give it a shot because I feel like I have a good chance. And I was like, all right, go for it. And sure enough, he proved me wrong. He overkilled that base. He got a solid 2-star on a pretty strong Town Hall 11. And here he comes back again, hitting a Town Hall 10 and 3-starring this with versus single Inferno Towers, guys. And look at that. He used Suicide Heroes to be able to take a good chunk of the base on the left side just to kind of create the funnel, and he started that around 6 o'clock. Then after that, he sends all his dragons, and then for some reason he delays the Grand Warden. I'm not sure if it's planned or not. I usually try to send them in at the beginning. Maybe he's just waiting to try to supplement the right section instead of the Grand Warden kind of doing its own thing and not going the section that he wants. So he kind of holds off a little bit on the Grand Warden's ability. But he still does a great job by overpowering this base. And notice how he uses those free spells. Very smart. He freezes the Infernos to make sure that those dragons aren't being targeted. And then his Lava Hounds are just taking all of the hits. So he does a very great job of doing that. And then the Grand Warden with the 4 dragons that are on the right side are just pretty much tanking through and going through this base like nothing. He still has a Grand Warden ability that he has not used at all. And he's just powering through this base, guys. So like I said, Chicano Build was using this specific dragon attack before the buff. So once that buff happened, you can bet that he was very happy about this. And I'm pretty happy about it too because I've been using that dragon attack and it's pretty strong, guys. And for raiding, it is awesome just because I don't even need elixir at this point. Only whenever I'm sending troops, but you know how long troops take, 14 days. It's not like you usually max out of elixir right away, especially if you're just raiding for regular stuff. So it's a very strong attack. If you want to go ahead and check out that dragon attack, it's pretty cool. It's going to be in the previous videos. And it's very strong, real good against Town Hall 10s, and you can get a high percentage 2-star with those Town Hall 11s. And it's real great for raiding for gold and dark elixir. So anyways, guys, the next attack that I'm going to show you is going to be against the number 5. It's going to be by Lone Wolf himself. This one, I don't know why these guys were all running single Infernos. You usually don't want to do that because whenever somebody attacks you with a witch attack, it's going to overwhelm the Infernos. So that means that the Inferno towers aren't going to be as useful if it's only hitting one skeleton at a time. So he starts off with his funnel. He starts on the right side closer to 3 o'clock with some bowlers and a few healers just to keep them going. And then he doesn't put any healers on the other side, but he felt like he didn't need them. So then he starts, once he creates that funnel, he waits a little bit longer to make sure that his heroes go straight to the middle. And then after that, it's just pretty much rage. Just to get to the core, he rages the middle section as well once the other troops get there, and then he just heals the section that he feels is most necessary. This attack is very strong, usually a high percentage 2-star versus Town Hall 11s, and it's usually a 3-star against the Town Hall 10s. So it's definitely something to consider if you haven't used this one before. And he pretty much overpowers this base, guys. His heroes are spot on here. They're just moving through this space like nothing. He's got a bunch of bowlers on the top section towards 9 o'clock and over here towards 6 o'clock, just running through this space. And it's always good to have that flank, just because those other troops are going to go around and kill all those defenses on the outer corners. So in order to defend this attack, guys, you want to make sure that you put some big bombs closer to the outside. That way the flank portion starts dying off, and some spring traps as well. Since the little skeletons aren't going to be triggering those spring traps, it'll be the actual witches or the bowlers that will be triggering those spring traps. And I actually did make a video on that one with the attack itself and how to defend it. So anyways, guys, now I'm going to show you Fee's attack. Fee is a beast. He has been with us for a long time. I remember him since Town Hall 9, and he almost has max heroes. He already has 2 fully maxed. The other one he's working on right now. He's not sending them through yet, but he's definitely working on those heroes consistently. So he starts off with the funnel. The other section right there, closer to 12 o'clock, did die off. He was probably not expecting that, but you know, he still kept calm and was able to get through this attack. So then once he created the funnel, he sent the rest of the bowlers, he sent in the heroes, and he's pretty much just setting up that jump spell to make sure that all his troops go to the middle. He uses a Grand Warden ability once he notices that the clan castle's there and just any danger that could potentially get him, because you want to keep those troops alive as long as you can. And then after that, he just heals that section of bowlers right there to make sure that they're fully healed, and then before dealing with the next Inferno. And then after that, it was pretty much game over, guys. It was an overwhelming bowler attack, and he killed it. Like once he created that funnel, it was pretty much game over. Once you create that funnel, everything will go straight to the middle, and then some of the outer troops will just kind of help with the outer defenses, which makes it pretty easy. So yeah, he overkilled this base. Makes it look like nothing. There's so many troops left. Even that big bomb that killed all those bowlers didn't make too much of a difference, because he still has a super strong queen going and a Grand Warden and a few bowlers in the bottom section, and there's only 1 cannon left, guys. And of course, there's a little builder hut towards the top section that he missed. I don't know how he missed that one, but it's okay because he's got more than enough time to take it down. So he did a great job against Bernie Sanders. So yeah, guys, these Clash Raiders were real good. They had real great base defenses. So usually with the base defenses, it's pretty easy to figure out if it's going to be a great clan or not. And by seeing that, I realized that they were going to be tough. So it was definitely a tough war. And Clash Raiders, great job, man. You guys gave us hell, pretty much. It was a tough war. We didn't think we were going to win it, and we barely got it by percentage, guys. So that was a great game for sure. My adrenaline was up, and I'm sure everybody else's was too. And Ultimo here, actually, yeah, he was also freaking out because him and I were the last ones to save attacks. So it was pretty crazy, guys, just trying to get the remaining stars that we could possibly get and try to maximize our stars. That way we can go ahead and take the win for New Mexico. So right here, Ultimo shows us a great attack. It's pretty much the Bowler Witch attack with a golem, with a few golems. And what he's doing right here is creating that funnel to make sure that his troops only have one way to go, and that's to the middle. So once he creates that funnel with the 2 golems at 12 o'clock and 9 o'clock section, and he puts a few bowlers and witches right there, once he sees that the funnel is being created, he sends in the rest of the bowlers and witches with his heroes. And look at that, guys, there's only one path for them to go, straight to the middle. So it was pretty much overkill. He knew for sure that he was going to get the Town Hall at this point. And it ended up being a pretty high percentage 2-star, guys. There was a Lava Hound, and there was an attempt on this base. it didn't go so well. It was like a 49% 0-star, but luckily, you know, they were able to reveal the troops, they were able to reveal some of the traps, so it made it a lot easier for Ultimo to digest that review, see what he should have done differently, and then go from there, guys. It's very important to look at reviews, replays, sorry, I don't know why I said reviews, replays, because if you don't see them, you won't know what's going to happen. For instance, if somebody triggers a hidden Tesla at the very beginning, or there's a big bomb or something that might have ruined the attack for the other person, but then the next person hits and they didn't look at the replay, the same exact thing happens to them, and then they act surprised saying like, oh, I didn't know that was there or something. So it's very important to make sure to look at replays, because it tells you so much, and it'll save you in the long run, because then you know where to go, where not to go, what to expect, if you should pre-heal or not, or if you should wait a little longer to send troops and stuff like that. So Ultimo right here pretty much destroyed this base. He didn't get the 3-star in this one, but he did get a high percentage 2-star, 78%, finishing strong, guys. And then the next hit that I'm going to show you, now we're going to start getting to the end, guys. So at this point we were losing by 2 stars, so I figured, you know what, I'll pick up an extra star here. So this is me hitting their number 10. It was a pretty strong Town Hall 9, and I was a little nervous in this one. I figured, let's create this funnel. I didn't even put that wizard in the right spot because it got hit by that cannon, and then the other wizard was getting hit by the cannon. So it was not looking good at first, guys. And then watch, look at my king. Instead of going to the middle to get that queen, he ends up going all around, and some boulders follow that king. So I was getting a little worried here because I thought that this attack was not going to go well, and we really needed these stars. So I tried not to panic. I just went with the flow. I made sure to kill the CC because I didn't want the CC to destroy my air troops. And then I just used a rage spell towards where the king was. That way those boulders could kind of get that bounce and get a few things that were in the inner core. So anyways, guys, I started the air attack, and then I used those haste spells early on just to make sure that the funnel was created, and then the rest of the loons would go straight to the middle where the expo was. And then after that, it would make it a lot easier to make sure that my troops got the rest of the defenses. So right here, I still have a few boulders in the bottom. I still have the queen's power, and then I just placed that haste right there because I figured that that would cover most of the sections for the remaining defenses. And sure enough, it did. It was an overpowerful attack. I was able to get that solid 3-star. There was so many troops remaining, guys. I still have the queen's power. This is definitely one of those attacks that you want to learn how to use. I do have a lot of videos on this one with Mr. Pickles as well. So you should definitely check that video out if you want to be able to perform this specific attack, guys. It's a very strong attack. Usually it's a high percentage 1 or 2-star, and I usually get the 3-star unless something crazy happens, like a funnel doesn't happen, or an unexpected big bomb hits, kills all my boulders or something like that. But for the most part, it's an easy 3, especially once you perfect the attack. And this one right here, guys, this is where it gets a little crazy. So at this point, it's 54-55. There was 10 spectators in my specific attack, and Ultimo was getting very nervous. And you saw his attack just recently. He pretty much trashed the number 1 guy. So if he were to do the same exact attack the same exact way, he should overwhelm this base, correct? But I guess he was a little nervous. He knew that this game was pretty much on him because it was the very last attack. And I believe there was like 2 minutes left, guys, and everybody was like freaking out. We were just all excited because this was a crazy war, and I love these kinds of wars, guys, because it just gets the game going. It's not like, oh, we trashed these guys. It was more like, man, this is so close. Anybody can win this war at this point. So I noticed that he was a little nervous because he usually drops his heroes pretty quick early on in the game. He did take a little longer this time. And then look at this queen, guys. His queen starts going around. So that started freaking me out, especially when I was watching live. And there was nothing to kill that dragon that went to the core. So I was getting a little worried because the CC was still up, guys. And then I didn't think he was going to get the town hall because we were still down by a star. So I was like, at least please get the 2-star. So luckily his king was in the middle, was taking down everything that was there. I was getting a little nervous because I thought that the king was going to be pulled by the other king. But luckily he was able to take out the town hall first. So at least he secured the 2nd star. But guys, the percentage was so close. So it was like, it was incredible. So you guys got to keep watching this attack. So anyways, his boulders are still going through. He still has a bunch of witches. His queen is still strong. He still has that queen ability. He's taking out everything else. Those bowlers are wanting to go to the middle section. The dragon is going to the bowlers and witches. This is where I was freaking out because I was like, no, take the queen instead. Because the queen still has her powers, so the queen could have just taken out that dragon like nothing. But no, the dragon ends up going the other side. Luckily, these witches are overwhelming the dragon with all the little skeletons that they're producing. They took out the dragon, but then look at this, guys. The witches started moving faster than the skeletons. So then they started getting picked off, and then, yeah, that Hidden Tesla pretty much took down the remaining witch, and the Expo took down the last bowler. So this is where it started getting crazy, guys, because the percentage was so close that it really depended that we needed to get the 3-star in this one for the most part. So Ultimo here still going strong with this attack. He still has the queen ability. He's about to take this Expo down, and he had to use the queen's power right there. There was no way that he was going to survive if he didn't. So he takes down this last clan castle, the clan castle, and then luckily the queen is hitting the same section as the archers instead of wasting her time on a different new wall. So then the archers luckily get right in front of the queen, or at least a few of them, so that they could tank for the queen while the queen starts shooting down the last Expo. And this is where it gets crazy, guys. Look at the life on both the queen and the Expo. Boom, the Expo goes down, the queen goes down, and we're just all like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And guess what, guys? We looked at the percentage and we won by 0.1. By 0.1, Clash Raiders gave us a crazy run. It was such an intense war. We didn't know what to expect. But anyways, guys, we've been having some crazy wars. This last war that we just finished recently, we won by 1 star. Look at the percentage, guys. So I figured, Chicano, if you can hit number 1 and get a solid 2-star, you're going to win the war for us. If not, you know, we're going to lose by percentage pretty much. So he went for number 1. He used his dragon attack, and we were all getting worried because Chicano wasn't getting on the game. So we thought that he might have fallen asleep or something because it was pretty late here. So we were all getting nervous. Everybody was asking for Chicano, and I didn't know how to contact him because I didn't have his contact information. So luckily he got on like literally 5 or 8 minutes right before war ended, and then he asked for his Lava Hound. So that's when everyone was like, oh, thank goodness. But I believe he was a little sleepy or something, because look at that. He used that Grand Warden ability at the very beginning when there was nothing to use it with except for himself. So luckily he was able to get that star with the Town Hall. Look at those dragons go. He secured that star at least, and then after that, look at the percentage on the on this base, guys. It's pretty low right now. So I did not think that he was going to be able to secure the 2-star at first at this point. But then he dropped his heroes in the perfect spot, guys. He put him right there. He put the king first to be able to take tank for the queen. And then he was very patient with the queen's ability, with the king's ability. He only used the king's ability when he knew he needed it. He even, look at that. Look at how close the queen got, guys. That's how patient Chicano Built was here at the very end. Luckily, the queen was able to take down this archer tower. There's still some barbarians breaking in. That way that the queen can get in. He's able to take out this dark, this elixir storage, takes down this dark drill, and it's getting real close, guys. Luckily, he's got the queen ability, so this is where I was like, oh no, he might be able to do it. So I was getting hyped, everybody else was getting hyped, and sure enough, he secures a 2-star for the win, guys. It was a crazy war. Last minute attack is what won it for us. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll be posting some more videos, and I know there was another close war that I'll be posting hopefully by tomorrow, where the enemy clan said RIP New Mexico. So stay tuned if you want to watch that one in a few days, if not tomorrow. But thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Please like and subscribe for more content. Thanks, and have a good one, guys.